Live from the Sydney Opera House. The Australian Opera presents De Fledermaus by Johann Strauss. Tonight's performance is introduced by Geraldine Doog.
Good evening and welcome to the Sydney Opera House and to the Australian Opera's winter season. Tonight, our first performance in this new series, live from the Sydney Opera House, is Johann Strauss's marvellous operetta, De Fledermaus, starring tonight Dame Joan Sutherland. De Fledermaus, or The Bat in English, was first performed in Vienna in 1874, but since then its fans throughout the world must number many million indeed. During the first interval, we plan to tell you about the composer and about the city which spawned this operetta and some of the most beautiful music ever written in the world. Tonight's performance is in English, and there's spoken dialogue as well to help you wend your way through the sometimes intriguing little plot. The performance will begin shortly under the baton of the Australian Opera's musical director Richard Bonynge, but before we begin, let me just tell you a little about some of the characters you'll meet in this first act. Now, they all belong to the household of the wealthy Viennese financier Gabriel von Eisenstein, who's shortly to begin a prison sentence, or tonight should begin a prison sentence, for a small indiscretion. Now, elsewhere in Vienna, a ball is being held at the home of a wealthy prince from Russia. All the intrigue begins when the characters from the household accept invitations to the ball, but they all agree to assume disguises. Now, we'll begin shortly. You can see everyone is seated waiting patiently. So first, let's hear the overture, which incorporates many of the lyrical themes to be heard in De Fledermaus. And here is Richard Bonynge to conduct the Elizabethan Sydney Orchestra.
Orlofsky, the Russian millionaire, says we shall see the Ula Vienna there, dressing something really splendid. Perhaps you have to requisition your lady's latest acquisition. No one must guess your real position. And a wager before it's ended, you'll be glad of your decision. No occasion could be better. That's my lovely sister's letter. Yes, and that is very true. If I was going to be around, what on earth can I do now? The crucial question must be how, it must be how. Oh, here I'm not much today. I'd escape and fly away, and live my life of endless pleasure, tasting every kind of pleasure. But the loss my wretched fate is to meet the parlor man. I'm just a parlor maid. It's he! It's Alfred! No, it can't be. It is Alfred. Oh, how romantic he was when we were studying at the conservatoire. What a nerve he has, serenading me here right outside my husband's house. He still loves me. Oh, madame, my poor old aunt is ill. I wouldn't mind seeing him again. May I take the evening off, madame? Impossible. It can't be. But she's so terribly unwell. It's out of the question. Please let me go, madame. What did you say? Please let me go and visit my poor sick aunt tonight. And what's the matter with her this time? Absolutely not. Have you forgotten that my husband has to begin his 5-day prison term this evening? It's been postponed 3 times already, and tonight he simply must go. But I still don't understand why they're locking him up. Because he punched a policeman on the nose and called him a blundering jackass. So you see, tonight of all nights, you can't possibly go. Oh, madame, my poor aunt. Perhaps I'll never see her alive again. Rubbish. Oh, my lady, say my poor sick aunt, what would prepare to see? Oh, my dear, beloved nation, why have I did destiny to be my such a devoted and loving niece.
Rosalinde!
Alfred!
Oh, but why not caro Alfredo and welcome me with open arms? Vieni fra queste braccia!
Sir, I am a married woman.
That does not worry me in the least.
But it does me. You must go.
But I have only just arrived.
But what if my husband should come home?
That would not worry me either. But everyone in town knows that your husband has to go to jail tonight.
Tonight? I implore
Very well. I'll go. But on one condition, that you let me come back when your husband has gone to jail.
Yes. No.
Swear to me that you receive me. Swear it.
Oh, anything. I swear it. But you must go. Goodbye.
Oh, not goodbye, but addio, addio. Speranza anima.
Addio, spare. Oh, for goodness sake.
Salve, sarai per me. Salve, sarai per me.
If only he would sing. Heavens, my husband.
When the lawyers don't deliver, but they will send you down the river. My attorney is a clown.
But you lose it down.
All he did when he defended was to get my term extended. And it's he who let me down.
Let you down?
Let you down, he let you down.
Yes, he's the biggest fool in town.
It is not true.
You soon will see.
Shall I see? Explain to me.
Listen to me.
No, first listen to me.
How dare you say another word for such a thing? There's no explaining.
I believe you are complaining.
Make a scene, what do you mean?
My Latin is an utter fool.
I beg you, sir, please keep cool.
He stuttered almost every word.
I swear I never said a word.
You drive me mad.
You lose your head.
You are a charlatan.
You are no gentleman. You are the
Only one to blame. You have a feeble stack of brain.
Where's your precious horse? You have no choice. No. You better go. I have no scandal here. No.
What's it last? You disappear.
Hey, oh, scandals here. No. You better go. I have no scandal here. Wie kommt mein darling Eisenstein? The court has spoken, 'tis your fate. My days are not so very long, dear. My little days are not so very long to wait.
5 days, you say? Now it is 8. They've made my sentence 3 days longer. This awful mess is all his fault. This very day I must appear. If I don't go, they will come here.
It, my God! I'll not allow it.
You see,
Oh, my poor darling, confined in prison all alone. What shall I do without you? How shall I pass the hours?
when these lawyers make a blunder, they will send you out from under. It's enough to drive me mad.
It is really very bad.
Who is bad?
It's enough to drive me mad.
When your prison term is through, we shall go to court and sue. Then I'll just show you all the tricks that I can do. Allegation, condemnation, implication, defamation, reputation, indication, obligation, vindication, aberration, compensation, valuation, notification, preparation, amputation, litigation, preparation, amputation, litigation.
Oh, my poor darling Gabriel. 8 days in prison.
Yes, and we have to thank Dr. Blint for that. You have never heard anyone talk such utter nonsense. I had to try hard to persuade them to allow me to have my last meal alone with you. Adele, you've been crying. Not over me, I hope.
My poor sick aunt! Her poor old aunt is ill again.
Ill again. I've just seen her going for a ride on a donkey.
Perhaps the doctor prescribed the donkey's remedy.
Well, never mind. I want you to hurry off to the Golden Lion and order us a dainty supper.
What would you like to eat, sir?
Oh, something from your imagination. A prisoner's last meal. And hurry. Yes. Which reminds me, I'd better find something to wear that is suitable for jail.
Suitable for jail?
Yes, something that won't look out of place amongst thieves and cutthroats. My oldest, dirtiest, most tattered suit of clothes. After all, it is my first contact with the underworld, and I must try to make a success of it.
Dr. Falke.
My compliments, loveliest of ladies. May I congratulate you on getting rid of your tyrant for 8 whole days? And congratulations to you too, my friend, on getting 3 days added to your sentence. Now that shows real genius.
Oh, don't tease the poor darling doctor. You try and cheer up our convict a little, while I go and find him something suitable to wear in prison.
Dearest of ladies, I'll do everything I can to console him. Gabriel, I've come to invite you to a magnificent party tonight.
Are you insane? I have to be in jail in an hour.
You can arrive there first thing tomorrow. Tonight you will go to the Villa Orlofsky, guest of the young Russian prince who's so fabulously wealthy.
The guest of a prince?
He's asked me to issue the invitations on his behalf. I'm to invite only the most eligible men about town. The company will be brilliant and the girls irresistible.
Yes, I suppose my company might be appealing to a prince.
And he would certainly appreciate your taste in practical jokes.
Oh, you mean the butterfly and the bat? I gather you haven't forgotten. It was rather a good joke.
For you, the butterfly, perhaps, but not for me, the bat. But you always were a great joker, even with the girls. They say that you can captivate any girl you fancy with the aid of your chiming watch. You promise it to all of them.
And give it to none.
Well, you can practice your little trick this evening. Come with me to the dance, do not miss such a chance. Since your past of crime has brought a prison of bread and water, take this opportunity for a final fling with me. Ballerinas light and gay will so charmingly caress you, and the dresses will arrest you with their daring décolleté. Such delight will make you young once again. The brilliant hall, full of our ecstatic sound, a feast fit for God's lovely girls all around. Their time is forgotten in rash delight. Who thinks so in troubles on such a night? And since you are off to a prison cell, escape while you can, you might as well. Don't you agree? Yes, I agree. Don't you agree? Yes, I agree. What if my wife should be suspicious? Bid her goodbye with tears and kisses. Call her your darling little kitten. Goodbye, my kitten, I will say, my darling kitten. Darling kitten, then without suspicion we'll softly slip away. And while she's tucked up in bed, you're not off to prison at all, but off to a party instead. We're off to a wonderful ball. You must have an incognito. Marquis Renard shall be your name. Then you'll be sure that no one knows you'll come. Oh, what fateful temptation! You must. It's just. Please let me assure you, it's your doctor's sincere prescription
are right, I will use a medical excuse.
And since you are off to a prison cell,
Yes, since I'm off to a prison cell, escape
while you can,
I might as well.
You come then.
How can I resist? I will off to town.
A chance like this is too good to be true.
We will dance in night to night, tasting every rare confection. Lovely girls, the best selection. They'll be at the ball tonight.
We will dance in night to night, tasting every rare confection. Lovely girls, best selection. They'll be at the ball tonight.
He's succeeded in consoling me.
Oh, it was difficult, but I managed it in the end.
What on earth do you have there?
You asked for something suitable for Jane.
Do you want me to look like a thief?
Good heavens, if the prison governor saw him in clothes like that, he may put him away for 25 years.
25 years?
Well, it's getting late and I must be on my way. I have to announce to the prison governor, Herr Frank, the imminent arrival of his eminent new guest. Goodbye, lovely lady.
He's so happy. Anyone would think he was going to a party. Supper is served, madame. Oh. What's that?
A boar's head, madame.
For supper?
It was all they had left.
By the way, Adele, I've been thinking things over and I've decided that you may have the night off.
But right now you refuse to consider it.
Well, I was, shall we say, a little out of sorts then. But now I'm in a much better humour.
Because the master is being looked up.
That's enough, Adele.
So, have you laid a mass, linen, fleur d'orange? Now all I need is some eau de cologne for my coat. Oh, thank you, Adele. Such a respectable scent.
Full dress for jail, my darling.
Of course. Dr. Falke tells me I shall be in the company of the most exclusive people, so I must dress accordingly. Is there a rose or a camellia? Ah. Thank you, my friend. Well, I'd better be on my way.
Do you think that's wise on an empty stomach?
Well, I don't want to spoil my appetite for jail, but I shall be dreaming of you alone as I waltz away the night.
Waltz away the night?
While away the night, while.
You said waltz away.
Adele, what did I say?
Waltz away the night.
Oh, Adele.
While away, while away.
8 lonely nights.
Oh, my poor darling.
Two parties, such sweet sorrow, such pain and such despair. How shall I endure it without my husband there? With anguish and misgiving, I watch my love depart. How can I go on living? Oh Lord, it breaks my heart. I dread this separation far more than I can say. I live in desolation, my husband gone away. I'll think of you, you love me when you're apart. misery, oh goodness gracious me. How dreadfully we suffer, we've never been apart. Cold water for your supper, oh, it breaks my heart. My tears will go forever, I'm sure that not. My grief will be
Enough of all this fretting, there's nothing we can do.
I find it most upsetting. I think I will die.
Well, I can't remain.
Goodbye, until we meet again. Until we meet again.
Until my heart, Lord, breaks my heart. Oh, goodness me, what misery, how dreadful, how calamity, oh, goodness me, what misery, oh, goodness gracious me.
Him, the poor darling. Our first separation since our marriage. I wish I had time to grieve a little, but I haven't.
Goodbye, madame. I'm on my way.
Why so much luggage?
I took a few things in case of emergency. This package just arrived for you, madame.
Thank you. Goodbye, Adele, and don't go too near your poor old aunt.
Oh, no, I won't go anywhere near her.
That's what I thought. Now let me see. A mask and a note. Most gracious lady, if you want to see how the man you married is serving his term in jail, wear this mask and come to the Prince Orlofsky's villa tonight. You will be announced as a Hungarian countess. Do not fail me. Your devoted Falke. The Villa Orlofsky? And he's supposed to be in jail. Oh,
Rosalinde, perdona! Your husband is in jail, and we are alone.
And I am very upset.
But how charming! You have arranged supper for me. And here are the clothes of a real husband, his smoking cap and dressing gown. And now, just for a moment, I shall dream of my lost paradise. I shall imagine I am really your husband.
My husband? Have you gone mad?
No coffee in the morning, carissima. A rational breakfast, per favore. Caviar, roast beef, herring salad.
Breakfast? You're not trying to compromise me?
Yes. Oh, well, no. I'm not trying to compromise you. But neither do I intend to let the wine get warm. Let's drink and sing.
Oh, no singing, please, anything but that.
Drink, my darling, drink to me, drink to all that used to be, to the days we used to know in the rosy long ago. Love is but a fleeting dream, never one to last, like a sweet remembered theme from a golden past. When your youthful arms depart, arms that brought you happiness, mine will ease your troubled heart, bring forgetfulness. Night and day, sing our weary cares away. Night and day, we sing our cares away. Bling, bling, sing, sing, sing. Drink with me, la 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 la. Sing, 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 drink with me. Sing, 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 drink with me. Night and day, sing our weary cares away. Night and day, we sing our cares away.
It's no use whatever. He simply won't go. He'll stay here forever.
Be gone, be gone. Drink, my darling, drink to me, drink to all that used to be. Do not frown so angrily, let me see you smile at me. Once I was your dearest friend, that is now a dream. But tonight let us pretend dreams are what they seem. Fancies bring us happiness, though they soon may pass away. Let's believe them nonetheless, and enjoy today. Night and day, sing our cares away. Night and day, we sing our cares away.
I hear voices. Someone is talking. Heavens! They're coming in.
Let them!
What a situation!
Wait for me there. Do not be startled, madame. I am prison governor Frank, and cannot resist the pleasure of coming personally to escort your husband into his enforced seclusion.
Oh, but my husband is not here.
Drink, my darling, drink to me, drink to all that used to be.
Please be silent. We are not alone.
Let us pretend we are. Bling, bling, sing, 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 drink with me, sing with me.
My carriage is waiting outside, and I hope you'll offer no further resistance.
No, night and day, sing our weary cares away.
I see you don't take the affair too seriously.
Not at all. Drink with me, sing with me, sing, sing, sing. Night and day, sing our weary cares away. Night and day, we'll sing our cares away.
A joke in its place is very fine. Now come with me, dear Herr von Eisenstein.
I am not your dear Eisenstein. I'm not he. Let me tell you.
You are not he?
The devil, no.
Oh, come. Be more civil.
You must pretend. You must agree.
They try to make a fool of me.
Monsieur, I know, accusing me. Monsieur, that's quite absurd. How can you think so ill of me to question my integrity? I doubt a lady's word. Does the situation here not appear to be quite clear? What man would dare to stand right there in intimate conflict at the law of state in such a state, except by the lawful mate?
What man would dare would stand right there in intimate conflict at the state
In such
in such a state, except the one and
At night, when he's at home with me, he always finds it in dressing gown and cap. This intimate domestic scene has always been his set routine before his evening nap. See him yawn and nod his head. How he longs to go to bed. What man would wear so
what man would wear an air in his house? So impressed and self-possessed, except the one and all his
No, you set my doubts to rest. I'm sure you did not lie. But come, dear Herr von Eisenstein, and kiss your wife goodbye.
Kiss her goodbye.
Kiss her goodbye.
Well then, if it must be the last he'll get from me.
Since I have no reason to live your husband's life of crime, before I go to prison, come kiss me just one more time.
Be quick, I'm rather short of time, since I'm invited out to dine. So let us go at once. Let's go, dear sir. Let's go at once.
I hope you will find my husband well.
Perhaps we shall be in the very same cell.
Just mind what you say.
You may be sure.
Oh, mind what you say.
You may be sure.
I mustn't carry away. So come, we shall be late. My My lovely, lively pigeon house is nice as it can be, with birds who flutter in and out, get food and lodging free. I just have one more vacancy, a cozy little nest. If you will kindly come with me, it will be yours immediately. Don't miss this opportunity to be my honored guest. If it must be, then I shall go. Don't say a word. Then be it so. Come on, let's go. I'll go, but not before I've kissed my wife once more.
Enough, now must you go.
Another kiss, don't say no. One last kiss, and then I'll be fortified. Enough for mystic bliss, my friend, for there will never be an end. Enough, enough, my friend. My lovely, lovely pigeon house is nice as it can be, but try to slap in and out with food and lodging free. I just have one more vacancy on a cozy little nest. You'll be an opportunity to be my honored guest. I just accept an invitation. I make no ask for me. I just accept an invitation. Come with me.
Tangled web ending the first act of Fledermaus, with all the guests on their way to Prince Orlofsky's ball, which will take some time, if you can imagine the modes of transport at the time. So before that, we plan to tell you a little about the composer of tonight's wonderful music, about the great city in which he lived. We plan to introduce to you the main performers tonight, tell you about the Australian Opera itself, and talk about the sublimely beautiful building in which tonight's performance is taking place. In the mid-1950s, shortly after the Australian Opera was giving its first performance, that was in Adelaide, the winner of an international competition for the design of Sydney's new opera house was named. He was Joan Sutherland, a Dane, and there is his monument, one of the world's best-known modern buildings. When it opened in the early 70s, after 17 years of stop-start construction and much political and artistic wrangling, the first production in the Opera Theatre, perhaps appropriately, was the Australian Opera's War and Peace. days, the Sydney Opera House is an integral part of the city's life and has become a national symbol as well as Australia's leading tourist attraction. The Australian Opera plays here for 7 months of the year in 2 seasons, in the Opera Theatre as well as the Concert Hall. The complex also contains a cinema, drama theatre, recording hall, reception rooms and restaurants. Joan Sutherland first sang here in the early 70s, and she has made regular guest appearances with the company ever since. In 1976, it was Lakme by Delibes. The Sydney Opera House has become the scene for new productions each year by the Australian Opera. In 1978, the celebrated Italian director Sandro Secchi directed Norma. Here's Sutherland in the title role with Margrethe Elkins, Richard Bonynge conducting. Although the Australian Opera is based in Sydney, its productions are seen in other cities, just as the Australian Ballet, based in Melbourne, tours extensively and shares the Opera Theatre. Melbourne saw the premiere of a new production of La Traviata with Sutherland and Anson Austin. As well as the standard opera repertoire, the company performs many lighter works, such as those by Gilbert and Sullivan, Offenbach, Johann Strauss, and of course Franz Lehár. The Merry Widow in the Concert Hall. If you visit modern Vienna, you'll find the city is very much a 19th century showcase of power and influence, reflecting the late afternoon of Austria's 1,000-year empire. A centre of riches and romance, of music and gaiety. Well, at least that's the popular image. This city, which attracted Haydn, Mozart, Schubert, Beethoven and Brahms, had music in its blood. Elsewhere, music was an entertainment. Here, it became an essential part of living. At the beginning of the 19th century, two Viennese-born composers popularised the waltz throughout Europe, Joseph Lahner and Johann Strauss. Even Queen Victoria was amused with this new diversion, which grew out of folk origins and became acceptable to all classes of society. It was democracy in dance, equality in three-quarter time. Papa Strauss founded a waltz dynasty, and his three sons, each of them musicians and composers, gained dazzling international reputations. But it was Johann Jr. who was to develop the form to its greatest refinement, as concert waltzes of symphonic proportions. When he was born, under the sign of Scorpio in the 1820s, Vienna had about 300,000 people, but a new immigrant population quickly swelled the numbers. With them came an appreciation of operetta as a popular entertainment. But the most favoured works were from Paris, where Jacques Offenbach was king. The Viennese librettists seemed unable to come up with the wit and the gaiety of their French counterparts. Too much schmaltz and not enough flair. It was, in fact, Offenbach who suggested to Strauss that he write operetta. But the Waltz King was convinced he was unable to compose for the stage, and in the end it was his ambitious wife who persuaded him. At first he was unsuccessful, largely because of those inadequate librettos. But his second attempt caused so much favourable comment that it's generally regarded as the start of the golden age of Viennese operetta. Strauss was now swamped with stories and librettos, and his agent steered him towards a play set in Paris by Offenbach's own librettists. It was reworked as a new plot around some of the farcical happenings, making the time and place neutral, an imaginary land of wine, women and song, which with Strauss's music could really be nowhere else but here in Vienna. De Fledermaus opened in April 1874 to a moderate success, probably tempered by the great stock market crash of the previous year. But within a few years it had conquered the world. New York, Paris, London, Berlin, India, Australia, everywhere it was performed. In October 1894, Gustav Mahler conducted an evening performance of it at the Imperial Opera, the home of grand opera in Vienna. It was a history-making occasion, and De Fledermaus has remained the supreme masterpiece of Viennese operetta ever since. Brian Adams has been talking to some of the leading participants in tonight's performance.
Dame Joan Sutherland singing Rosalinde. Since you returned to sing regularly in Australia in the 70s, we've seen you in a variety of operatic and operetta roles, but how much has operetta been part of your entire career?
Oh, not very much at all, Brian. I was brought up on a diet of it, and in my younger days with our Glad and visiting G&S company that was, I think, trapped out here during the war. And we always had music in the house from some of the older musicals, like operettas like the Geisha Girl and goodness me, you name it. The Country Girl.
Yes, and some Gilbert and Sullivan.
Lots of Gilbert and Sullivan. Yes. But it really hasn't figured that much in my career. Not at all.
Of course, in your professional career recently, we've seen you in Merry Widow and Tales of Hoffmann.
I've done the Merry Widow, and of course I've recorded quite a few pieces for Decca. But it really hasn't been the uppermost thing in my performing career. But I love doing them because, apart from anything else, I'm still alive at the end of them, and I can also have a good laugh on the way through. Most of the pieces are so highly dramatic that I do, and I love to do some of the lighter music. And of course they're such wonderful pieces. I think Strauss was such a fantastic writer and marvellous orchestrator. It's a lot more difficult, actually, than perhaps people realise.
Well, I know the record reviewers of albums such as Love Live Forever and there was also a Noel Coward disc you did. I know
Yes,
they were
that's
terribly
right.
good, weren't they?
Oh, they were lots of fun to do. Of course, the Noel Coward one, partly because we were so fond of him and knew him so well. We were neighbours, and it just sort of happened one evening that I said, you know, I really would like to record some of your pieces, and he couldn't believe it.
And then I remember there's a television show you did in the 60s, in the early 60s, with Dinah Shaw, in which you...
Oh!
Do you remember that?
Oh, indeed I do. We actually have a film of it.
And you
Yes,
sang
with
Three Little
Ella
Maids
Fitzgerald.
from
That's
school.
right. Yes.
And also Lover Come Back to Me, Jerome
That's
Kern.
right. That's right.
And the trio was yourself, Dinah
Ella
Shaw.
Fitzgerald and Dinah Shaw.
Yes. Did you enjoy doing those
Oh, it
shows?
was terrific. Terrific.
In preparing yourself then for a role you're singing now, Rosalinde, in Die Fledermaus, do you have to adopt a different approach, a special approach?
Not really. I mean, I think one does the same as one does with studying in opera. You discover the storyline, you learn the music and words. There are several translations of the Fledermaus, which can be a little confusing. But vocally, there's no difference. I mean, it's as I said a little earlier, it's not any easier to sing. Indeed, it has quite a big range. For instance, in the second act, you have the watch duet, and immediately following it, the Czardas. Well, I'm very fortunate here. We get a little divertissement of Don Quixote in between. But in most productions, they follow immediately on each other, and they're very hard to sing on top of each other. But as far as studying it, no, you really have to learn your work well and rely very much on production.
A sense of humour helps.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I enjoy, actually. Perhaps I clown too much. I don't know, but I think it's such a happy release to get away from the drama that maybe I mug a little bit too much on the stage. I don't know.
Richard Bonynge, musical director of the Australian Opera and conductor of Die Fledermaus. What do we understand by the term operetta?
Well, operetta is a wonderful type of musical entertainment which was very prominent in the 19th century in France and in Vienna. Offenbach, of course, began it all. He was the greatest exponent, I suppose, always. And then, of course, we have Strauss and Lehar and Kallmann and Wilcock, many people. It's based very much on dance rhythms, on waltzes. It's meant to be joyous. It's meant to be happy. It's an entertainment to laugh at, to sing along with, practically. It's real musical escapism. It's a form of entertainment in the theatre which I love to perform.
And Die Fledermaus is the epitome of all that.
Perhaps it's the greatest of all. I don't know. There are some wonderful Offenbach ones too, but Fledermaus is a real masterwork, a true masterwork.
Well, you and Joan are both prolific recording artists. And I was checking...
we never stop.
Well, obviously, because I was checking on your latest releases in our library the other day, and I noticed there's a new Sonnambula, La Sonnambula, Sutherland, Pavarotti, Gyarov, and yourself.
I'm never sure whether Sonnambula, Puritani or Norma is my favourite Bellini. Wonderful composer.
And then I came across the Beggar's Opera. That was produced here in the Opera House last year, wasn't it?
Yes, we had a lot of fun doing that.
That has a galaxy of singers and speakers.
And all great actors and actresses. Angela Lansbury was great fun to work with.
Right. And then I noticed this. Johann Strauss, you're conducting the National Philharmonic Orchestra in Aschenbrödel, which means Cinderella. And I have to say that this gave me an absolutely new perspective on Strauss's music.
Well, you know, Strauss is really only known, but to most of the public, I suppose, by the Blue Danube and all the famous waltzes and Die Fledermaus. But he wrote a lot of operas, many of which are very good, although the books are rather bad in many cases. And this wonderful ballet called Cinderella, which lay in the cupboards until 1947, when somebody dragged it out in Vienna. And I think it was once done on the TV in Vienna in the 60s, and then, again, ignored. It's a wonderful score. It's the last theatrical work he wrote, and he died before quite completing it, and it was completed by his pupil, but it's practically all original Strauss, and most of the orchestration is original. I think it's quite a masterwork. It was wonderful performing it.
Well, listening to that, you obviously enjoy conducting Strauss.
Oh, I have great regard for Strauss. I think he's a wonderful, wonderful composer, not to be just thought of as a waltz king, much more than that.
Robert Gard in the role of the husband, Gabriel von Eisenstein. You've been associated with television opera almost from the start of your professional career, haven't you?
Yes, I have really, Brian. A lot of television originally, not opera in England. I did a lot of commercial television, and most of the time anything but opera. But out here, certainly, I came to Australia to do some musicals, and at the time I was at the Palace Theatre in 1962, appearing in Once Upon a Mattress, which was not a dirty show, despite the title. I was asked if I would sing the lead in a small television opera called The Devil Take Her of Arthur Benjamin, but at the time I was a non-entity out here, and so all the VIPs from the ABC came down to look at my picture outside, and then I was auditioned and I finally got the part. But from then on, I seemed to do a series of television operas, Manon, Louise, and the Carmelites, really quite a lot.
And of course, you were in the very first opera production here at the Sydney Opera House.
Oh, yes.
And it was also televised, wasn't it?
Yes, a great experience.
War and Peace.
War and Peace. It was a piece that caused a lot of controversy at the time. They felt a Russian opera shouldn't open an Australian opera house, but I think it was a good choice. It gave just about everyone in the company a go. It was spectacular, and it was highly received, of course, but that was a great experience. I really wanted to be in the opening of the Opera House.
Of course, you joined the Australian Opera in 1963.
63,
and
nearly 20 years.
Yes, and over the years, your repertoire has been wide and extensive, hasn't it? Everything
yes.
from, what, Mozart to Benjamin Britten?
Yes, I'm not too sure whether being versatile is always a good thing, but because you're an actor, you do seem to get the character roles. They think, right, if there are two tenor roles, Robert could do either, but the difficult one is the character. Robert will do that one, you see. And most of the time, I would rather do the other one. But characters are great fun to do. And of course, as you get older, the leading roles do go. Your voice changes, your appearance changes. So you have to give away the romantic ones eventually. And I am fortunate enough that I can do character roles, so I can play little old men probably until I die.
Monique Brynel singing Adele. This is your first role with the Australian Opera, but I would imagine it's not the first time you've sung in Die Fledermaus.
No, it's not. I've done about 4 other productions, but I've been singing Rosalinde then. But this is the first time I do Adele, and I take it as a compliment because you're getting older and you should not go down to the younger girl part, but I'm delighted to do it. It's a fantastic role, and I'm enjoying doing it, and I hope the public does too.
Your accent, I imagine, is perfect for the part.
Is it? Oh, I'm happy to hear that. I try not to think that I've got an accent, but I suppose it's there.
Well, presumably everyone else has to act accents and you don't.
That's right. They have to have an accent, most of them, and I'm trying not to have one, so... Anyway.
Well, you've had very wide experience in show business. You've been a jazz singer.
Yes.
You've acted on stage and radio and television in Sweden, where you were born.
Yes.
But do I imagine that operetta now is your first love?
Well, it has been for about 15 years, and that's what I do best. You can dance, you have to act, you have to sing, and I sort of try to combine them, all the 3 things, and that gives me I love doing that.
Does operetta require a special approach, a special technique in its performance?
Well, I think it does. Operetta is not really written, the composer didn't really think about the voice. He thought more about a whole performance. And it's a bit hard sometimes on the voice, and you have to act the part sometimes more than sing it. So, and that's what I like, that's what suits me best.
Of course, one of the bonuses of singing Adele is that in the second act, which we'll see in a little while, you get to sing perhaps the best-known aria in the whole show, don't you?
Yes, I know. I sing it, as you will see, the way I feel it should be sung, and I'm so thankful to Richard Bonynge that he agrees with me there. I feel it is a laughing song, and being a laughing song, I does it like a laughing song. And I know it's never, or it's not used to be sung that way, but I'm honest to myself, and I want to give the public what I feel is right.
Anthony Besh, you're an international director of opera, Covent Garden, other British companies, San Francisco, New York, and here in Australia. Do you find you have to change your attitudes and approaches as you travel from country to country?
Well, every set of circumstances is different, of course. Sydney, Australia is certainly nothing like Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I've just been. It's altogether livelier and more exciting, I would immediately add. And it's not every time that one has the opportunity of working in what, to my mind, is certainly the most glamorously situated opera house in the world. The conditions within theatres is always different. I'm going on to Adelaide and then to Brisbane after this. Nothing will be the same. But on the other hand, there's a general theatrical envelope which we work in, which has very strong comparisons and characteristics. I think that what is very important when one arrives in a company is to begin or to discover as soon as possible the people you're going to work with and the possibilities of collaboration, which here, I'm happy to say, are very considerable.
What about Die Fledermaus? Is it such an established and well-loved work that you can't change it as a director? I mean, can you put new life in the old bat?
Well, that's very nicely put. First of all, I haven't ever directed it before, which is a great help to me. I like to come to things completely fresh. And when I know that I'm going to do a piece, I take great care not to go and see other people's productions, because I might come to an idea which I would find somebody else had done. It would be silly if I had to reject my own good idea just because somebody else had done it. I like to keep my own approach single and individual.
Does Die Fledermaus, in effect, make a social comment, do you think?
Oh, yes, very considerable, I think. I think it's all about the aspirations, ambitions, and pretensions of the society of its period. Now, we have put it very firmly in the period when it was first written, 1874, 1875, because it's an attractive and interesting period, and because it represents the background that was intended by the librettist. I think that those aspects of the piece, particularly pretentiousness, can apply to any period. Now, it's not a pompous pretentiousness, it's an amusing one. They're all snobs, the people in this piece, and they're all pretending to be something they aren't by the end of Act Two. They go into a masquerade, and the masquerade does what it very often does. Instead of disguising people, it actually shows what they're really like. So all their inhibitions are thrown to the winds, and they behave as they would like to behave all the time, but society doesn't normally allow them to do so.
Thank you very much. And now, as the second act of Die Fledermaus is about to begin, back to Geraldine Doog.
That feature was written and produced by Brian Adams. I'd like to tell you now about a special souvenir of tonight's historic telecast. It's this beautiful commemorative program which has background details, biographies of every one of the main performers in tonight's cast, and it also has a fascinating interview with Dame Joan Sutherland. And before I go any further, I should point out that it is absolutely free. All you have to do is send your name and address on the back of an envelope and post it to Special Souvenir, Sydney 2000, Sydney Opera House, Sydney 2000. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble remembering all my little words tonight. I hope you'll just bear with me. As I say, the commemorative souvenir has a special interview with Dame Joan Sutherland. Now, she gives very few of these days, so it's a rather rare insight into how she feels about being an international superstar, the joys and the sorrows of it, and how she feels about being Australia's preeminent cultural ambassador, and the business of combining career and family. It's filled with photographs from tonight's performance, and as I say, it is free. Now, the second act takes place in Prince Orlofsky's glittering palace. The prince is sung by mezzo-soprano Heather Begg. The party becomes a masquerade of mistaken identities, as you'll find out. The highlight of any second act of Die Fledermaus is the performance by dancers of the Imperial Ballet, or people who are supposed to be the Imperial Ballet. Now, tonight they are played by the much-admired Australian dancers Kelvin and Lois Strike, both who formerly danced with the Australian Opera. Now, as they end the act, everyone sings a rousing chorus to Champagne, it's a great ad for champagne, to Brotherhood and to Sisterhood, by which time it's nearly dawn, and Eisenstein realises it's high time he reported to the prison. And so now, as everyone is seated waiting patiently, here is Act 2 of Die Fledermaus coming to you live from the Sydney Opera House.
meals are prepared. Faites vos jeux.
I'm absolutely amazed that you're here.
And I'm amazed at your amazement.
Do you have a friend at the party?
No. But if I wanted to find one, I don't think it would take very long.
Oh, then for heaven's sake, who invited you?
Are you making fun of me, little sister? Or did you write that letter in your sleeve?
Oh, what letter?
Telling me most urgently to take the night off, dress up to the nines, and appear at Villa Orlofsky.
I wrote that? Someone's playing a joke on you.
Oh, well, it's been worth it to see all of this.
But a parlour-maid in this society.
Don't be so high and mighty till you get out of the back row of the chorus.
Second from the back, if you don't mind.
Apologies, I'm sure.
Well, you don't look too bad. Why don't we pretend you're an actress?
An actress? I rather fancy that.
You'd better play your part well, or you'll spoil it for both of us.
Will you take champagne with me, Dr. Falke?
With pleasure, Your Highness. And how is Your Highness this evening?
After only 20 years of existence, I feel as if I had lived through 50. Everything bores me. I can't laugh anymore. My millions are my misfortune.
I would gladly share that misfortune with you, Your Highness.
Now, do you really think that we will laugh a little this evening?
I hope so, Your Highness. You gave me a free hand, and I've been at some pains to prepare a little comedy.
What is it called?
The Vengeance of the Bat.
Quite an original title.
Oh, there's the prince. Dr. Falke, what should I do? Oh, brazen it out.
Your Highness, the girl with the pink fan is one of the cast.
The soubrette, I would imagine.
Your Highness, may I present my sister, Fräulein Olga?
Olga? That is a name from my homeland. You must be an actress. I am very fond of actresses, especially beginners. But you are not a beginner, I am sure.
Your Highness, I see that the guests have been lured away to the gambling tables. Will you care to join them?
No, I might win by mistake, and winning always bores me. But perhaps these ladies might be good enough to place a couple of thousand for me.
With pleasure. But what if we should lose?
Then I shall have the pleasure of seeing you back here all the sooner.
Oh, thank
Now tell me, Falke, what have you planned?
Allow me, Your Highness, to have the pleasure of surprising you. But let me give you just one hint. Fräulein Olga is our hero's parlour-maid.
Le Marquis de Renard.
And here is our hero now. His wife will be joining us later.
Ah, there you are, Falke. I came as soon as I could. I hope I haven't missed anything.
Nothing at all, my friend.
And the girls, the lovely girls you promised me.
They're out there at the gaming tables.
Will you have the goodness to join me at supper, Marquis?
And who is this charming young man?
Our host, Prince Alexander Orlofsky.
Will you join me in a glass of vodka?
With the greatest of pleasure, Your Highness.
Ivan, vodka! And now I shall acquaint you with the rules of my house. From time to time I entertain. I am the perfect host. My guests drink vodka and champagne and do what they like most. I always feel me loyal to the guests whom I invite. place beneath the sun. I'm bored to death with everything. I want to have some fun. There's not a price I cannot pay, no sum I can't afford. And yet, in spite of all my good, I'm always slightly bored. I do not care for music much, not even Johann Strauss. Welcome to bars, operas forbidden in my house. And as for Beethoven, I have just one word in house. And if it does not suit you, you know what you can do. Da-da, quite true. We are chanter moto, chaka asogu. We are chanter moto, chaka asogu. How did you find the vodka?
Oh, excellent, excellent.
For me, it was once a stimulus, but it no longer has any effect, either for love or laughter. I long to be able to laugh, but it happens so rarely. However, Dr. Falke promises that tonight we shall laugh. At you.
At me?
Isn't it so, Falke?
I hope so.
Your Highness, here is your purse. It's empty. It disappeared in no time at all.
Good God, Adele!
But Master! What did you say? It's Herr von Eisenstein, and the poor lady thinks he's gone to jail.
Fräulein Ida, Fräulein Olga, the Marquis de Renard.
Your name is Fräulein Olga?
Marquis, you have such a wonderfully perplexed expression. Fräulein Olga seems to have made a deep impression on you.
No, not at all. I mean, I just thought such a resemblance. Tell me, how long have you been Fräulein Olga, Fräulein Olga?
About as long as you've been a Marquis. Marquis!
But this resemblance...
To whom, Marquis?
To my parlour-maid.
To a parlour-maid? What impertinence!
Don't be offended. The parlour-maid in question is most respectable, entirely respectable, the very queen of parlour-maids.
Really? That's entirely different.
He's something good to tell you.
What's this come to explain? Well, may you stand remember our noble friends of our day. May the gorgeous Conductor
You explain.
He thinks that I'm a parlour-maid persuaded to upset.
That really is upset. Marquis, you are quite impolite. You surely are mistaken. How impolite.
Politeness was a shock to me.
How impolite. How impolite.
I could have sworn that it was she.
My dear Marquis, this little bit, you must be very kind. This is my advice. Look me over twice before you speak your mind. My hand is so slim, I won't eat you. How dainty my nails and feet you. My finger is perfection, my accent, my every such things look at the mass among the working class. Such things look at the mass among the working class. I wonder how and
shapely hose, so here is a gracious plea. Let me show to you a classic folk instead. Just use your lorgnette and you'll see how elegant the ladies can be. This place is not confused, my beauty has seduced you. Your head is in a red, just for a second. Your head is in a red, just for a second. Now everyone, I'm sure, has seen how foolish your mistake has been. What a funny situation. Please forgive me. My elation.
Le Chevalier Chagrin.
Chagrin? The new prison governor.
Aha!
I bid you welcome in the name of His Highness.
Good evening, Chevalier.
Your Highness.
Le Chevalier Chagrin, le Marquis de Renard.
Aha, compatriots.
I do hope he doesn't start speaking French.
J'ai l'honneur, Monsieur le Marquis.
J'ai l'honneur, serviteur.
Vous êtes français aussi?
Aussi.
Je suis charmé de trouver compatriote.
For God's sake, stop him speaking French.
Ladies and gentlemen, supper is served.
I have to tell you all that we shall soon be joined by one more lady, a Hungarian countess, who will only appear if we allow her to remain masked.
Of course, she shall do as she pleases.
I suppose the poor creature is married. She is afflicted by a particularly jealous husband. But I've promised her that she can rely on our discretion.
I expect she's hideous, with nothing but a pair of pretty eyes.
And she hopes to compete against us.
Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous!
Now I think I shall do a little fishing.
What a lovely little watch!
Yes, charming, isn't it? As a matter of fact, it is a lady's watch, and this evening perhaps I might allow it to fall into the hands of a certain young actress.
The Countess! Uliani!
Here she is now, Your Highness, Eisenstein's wife.
Most gracious lady, welcome to our humble palace.
Thank you, Highness darling.
Dr. Falke tells me that you are from Hungary.
Oh, strictly from Hungary, Highness darling.
For the moment, I shall leave you in the excellent company of our esteemed Dr. Falke.
Now tell me, Falke, is it really true what you said in your letter?
You can see for yourself what a penitential sentence he is serving.
Oh, Gabby, with all those girls. Oh, it's disgusting. And who's that? It's Adele, and in my gown. Cut down. Oh. Sick aunt, indeed. I've just a remedy for her.
Not tonight, madame. Please, wait till tomorrow.
Your watch seems irresistible, Marquis.
Yes, I have to thank my little friend for many a conquest.
And what if your wife found out?
Oh, she's probably home asleep, dreaming of her faithful Gabriel. Good heavens! Who is that?
That is the Hungarian countess I was telling you about.
Isn't she ravishing? Gentlemen, leave her to me. In 10 minutes, she will be mine.
Good luck, Marquis.
My God. She must have paprika in her blood.
Oh, what a wonderful watch. Tell me, where does one buy such a wonderful watch?
From a wonderful watchmaker.
I should love to have one like you.
Would you like to know what time it is?
Oh, I know exactly what time it is. But tell me, Monsieur...
Marquis.
Marquis? Are you married?
Heavens, no! Whatever gave you that idea?
Just a family intuition.
Dear lady, allow me a question. Wouldn't you be more comfortable if you were to take off the mask?
Not tonight, but tomorrow.
But tomorrow is too late.
Too late?
Yes, tomorrow I shall be in private conference.
Privat conference?
Yes, no admittance to the public.
Oh, tragic. You know, Marquis, your watch is simply adorable.
If you will unmask for me, I might even present you with it.
Oh, my husband would be mad about it.
The devil take your husband.
How right you are.
How engaging, how exciting, how adorably inviting. Such a flower I could shower with my kisses here and now, if she only would allow.
He approaches me as lover, was a liar, never liar. Just you wait, dear Eisenstein. I will make you toe the line. I will make you toe the line.
Like a fleeting magic vision, you may vanish from my sight. Will you change your firm decision and unmask for me tonight?
Yes, my dear Marquis, don't ask me. That's the one thing I will do. I insist you don't unmask me. I expect that much from you. How he prances and romances,
and advances,
while he
and
boldly
chances, I she resist.
In a moment, he discovers
fall into my trance.
Oh, my heart is big and tender. Oh, my brain begins
That's not in line, for after 7 there is 8.
I thought perhaps that I was late, so let's change places.
Change them? Oh!
You count the beating of my heart, and I the ticking of your watch. And let us start from the start. Now let us count without delay.
You count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, 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 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up, 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 up. And our stars 609.
The count in the
My figures are a bit elastic.
You never count another heartbeat.
She stole my watch away from me. How unkind.
I thank you sincerely.
If you don't mind.
I cherish it dearly. Oh.
Please give it back.
Two of our most beloved dancers from the Imperial Theatre in St. Petersburg to dance for your entertainment. friends, stop! At the Villa Orlofsky, every lady has the right to cover or uncover as much as she pleases. Do not be alarmed, madame.
I wonder if she is really Hungarian.
Oh, she is Hungarian.
But can she prove it?
The music will prove it. In the melodies of my homeland and the words of my beloved language. Thank you, darling.
typically Hungarian.
Oh, please, Doctor, tell us that story you promised us.
The vengeance of the bat.
Well, and who is talking about the bat? That was my little joke, and Falke here had the lead role.
Then tell us about it, Marquis.
Oh, may I, Falke? By all means. Well, it was 3 years ago, before I was married.
Ah, Marquis, then you are married.
Yes.
All my hopes dashed to the ground.
Well, there's a fancy dress ball 2 miles from the town, and Falke and I were invited. I went as a butterfly, and he as a bat. A wonderful likeness with brown hair, long pointed ears, broad wings, and a large pointed snout. Well, by morning, we had a wonderful time, and Falke was completely drunk. So, I took him in a carriage to a little wood, where I left him asleep under a tree. He knew absolutely nothing as he was sleeping like a log. Well, when he awoke, it was broad daylight, and he had to return home dressed in that ridiculous costume, followed by an escort of yelling, screaming urchins. Well, since then, he's been known as Dr. Fledermaus all over the town.
And has he never had his revenge?
No. But I am on my guard.
You're right to be wary. However, it was a good joke. Let's drink then to the vengeance of the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I now propose a toast to the king of all wines, champagne.
Champagne!
The temperatures are dropping as soon as cocks are popping. Because champagne, the essence of the essence, the king of effervescence, the king of effervescence. Champagne, champagne, champagne. The monarch that we all adore, before heavenly champagne, a king forevermore. The monarch that we all adore, before heavenly champagne, forevermore. Champagne is a monarch forever.
In San remote and chilly, tra-la-la-la-la-la, Montana so silly, tra-la-la-la-la-la, they moisten their devotions with certain rosy potions. As long as wine is flowing, their noses will be glowing, because champagne, the essence of the essence, the king of effervescence, the king of effervescence.
Champagne, champagne, champagne.
The monarch that we all adore, bow before heavenly champagne, be our king forevermore.
The monarch that we all adore, bow before heavenly champagne, forevermore. Champagne is a monarch forever. But every second day, on the house of vision, the princess and the singing, all the tears will get drinking, it's over in the castle, when love's a sleeping thirsty. Champagne, champagne, and money in the glass, you haven't come to topics, you wouldn't know what happens. Champagne, champagne, champagne. The monarch that we all adore, bow before heavenly champagne, our king forevermore. The monarch that we all adore, bow before heavenly champagne, forevermore.
Oh, chevalier! Oh, mon ami!
Oh, merci. Another little drink, Marquis.
Oui.
That's enough, Francais, for today.
Couché.
Oh, listen here, I've an idea. I see most of the party are pairing, and some the vows of love are swearing. So now we would pledge while we're all in the mood, our sister and brotherhood.
You too, lovely lady, must be there.
I'm all kissing, I can't be missing.
So everyone take a glass of wine and all now add their word to mine. Sing to love, love we never knew before. May it flourish forever.
count on you for support.
I am your only salvation. In the prison here in smoke for quite a revelation. Rather see my watch, it's slow. What's the time by yours just now?
Brother mine, oh, so does not go, for it is already gone. Charming lady, I am asking, would you mind unmasking? Let me see who I adore, and who stole my watch before.
Don't try to remove the mask ever. Society could reveal you could not bear.
You are too cruel. You are too cruel. Indeed, she's nobody's worth.
Just take a chance. Just take a look. You must not give up. You're waiting.
It has to be now or never. Darling, do not hide from me.
Seems a freckle on my nose. Then unmasked, I see it shows.
Such a freckle cannot be.
As you first you know it reads.
For your face I have to see.
Yes, her face we have to see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Goodbye, everyone.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Goodbye, everyone. 6 o'clock. Very soon. But don't spoil the fun.
Have a long way to go.
I'm in trouble, and I know. With my hat and my stick. My hat and my stick. His hat and his coat and his stick. Oh! His hat and his coat and his stick. Oh! Shall we walk together and what you say?
If you walk together, what part of our way?
Oh,
This is a jolly little jail. Music, music, all the way. The prisoner in number 12 never stopped singing. Well, that was better. A drinking song, specially for me. When I drink, I feel like a new man. And a new man should have another drink. The head governor and I have only been transferred here a couple of days, and already we feel quite at home. In spite of the power restrictions. Olivia! Never a dull moment. And the Slivovitz is very good too. Must be the Slivovitz. No, it's the prisoner in number 12. Quiet! Singing's against the rules. Quiet! Delicious Slivovitz. Ah! Never had a lesson in me life! I left me bear behind. Oh, it's a jolly little jail.
Was a lovely ball, charming girl. Fräulein Olga, Fräulein Ida, will you have supper with me? No? Another little drink, Marty? One more knot, that's we all adore, while we pour heavenly champagne, we are king forever, champagne is not one and all.
It's the dear old governor. He seems very deep in his paper. I better make my report. Old President correct, sir!
What's the matter? Why don't you make a report? Come nearer, Frosch.
Oh, nearer, sir?
Yes, nearer. Damn champagne. Everything's dancing in front of my eyes. Even you dancing, Frosch. Good. Anything fresh, Frosch?
No, thanks, sir. I just had one.
Has there anything happened whilst I've been away?
Oh, nothing, sir. Except the prisoner in number 12 wants to see his lawyer.
Eisenstein? Well, he's within his rights, I suppose.
Oh, I've already sent for Dr. Blink. Damn, Slivovitz.
Stop swaying, Frosch.
Oh, I'm not swaying, sir. I am exceptionally stable.
Have you been drinking?
Yes, so have I.
Are you happy in this prison, Frosch?
Oh, sir, it's a jolly little jail. It's the jolliest little jail we've ever been in. Can we stay on in this one?
Is that someone at the door?
Well, that's just what I was thinking.
Well, run and see who it is.
Run, sir. I'll never make it.
Say that we're not at home.
Where are we then, sir?
Oh, 7:30.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, will these hands never be clean?
Sir, there are two very ladies outside.
Two very ladies?
Yeah, there could just be one.
Well, let them both in, each of you.
Right away, sir.
I must try to pull myself together.
There are quite definitely two ladies who both wish to speak with the Chevalier Chagrin.
Chevalier Chagrin?
Yes. Oh, I've already told them there's nobody here of that name. Should I lock them up, sir?
Dr. Falke was right. It is different. There he is.
Fräulein Olga, Fräulein Ida, leave us alone, Frosch.
Oh, yes, sir. This is a jolly little jail, all right.
The Chevalier seems surprised by our visit.
Well, I had not expected to see you so soon. So early.
We have come to ask you a favor.
As you seem to take such a particular interest in my sister.
But of course, so you are both divine.
She thought nothing ventured, nothing gained.
So I have a confession to make.
I'm all agog.
I am not what I appear to be.
Oh, but adorable, delightful.
My sister's not an actress.
Oh, but she could become one.
Exactly, and that's why we're here.
You're a very important gentleman and could be a great help to her.
I? How?
My sister's not an actress, but Herr von Eisenstein's parlour maid.
A parlour maid? And you let me kiss your hand?
And other things besides.
Don't go into details.
It shall remain a secret between us. So, you see, I would love to get into the theatre.
And you could help. Why, my own training was provided by a most respectable gentleman.
Training? But have you any talent?
Have I any talent? What a question! I am a shy Mascota. My skirt could not be any shorter. I hop and I skip on my way. I'm just like a kitten at play. Up comes a fine young country boy. I glance at him ever so far.
Someone at the door. Excuse me, lady. Good heavens. It's the Marquis de Renard.
Oh, can I look him up, sir?
Yes. No. Take the ladies to another room.
Oh, I'm only number 13 vacant, sir.
Then take them to number 13.
Can I lock them up, sir?
No. Oh, yes. Lock them up and see that they don't get out.
If you will be so kind, ladies.
It's number 13, your reception room.
Yeah, that's right. We often receive long visits. Please come this way.
What can the Marquis be wanting here? Oh. Chevalier? Marquis, what can have brought you here?
Ah, tea. Just what I need.
Please, make yourself at home.
But Chevalier, tell me what you are doing here.
Ah, I see I must tell the truth. You see, I am not the Chevalier Chagrin. My name is Frank, and I am governor of this prison.
Oh, very nice. An excellent joke.
No joke. Bitter truth.
I don't believe it.
I shall prove it to you. Frosch!
Yes,
Arrest this man!
yes, sir.
What on earth does this mean?
Handcuffs! Handcuffs! Handcuffs!
That will do, Frosch. It was only a joke.
Only a joke? This is a crazy little jail.
But leave it alone. Have I convinced you now?
Quite firmly.
I must apologize for using such drastic measures.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, you have every right to arrest me, because my name is not the Marquis Renard, but my name is Gabriel von Eisenstein, and I have come to serve my 8 days in jail.
That won't do at all.
Why not?
Because I can prove that you are not von Eisenstein.
How?
I myself arrested von Eisenstein last night.
And was he at home?
Oh, very much so. In his dressing gown, having supper with his wife.
In his dressing gown? With his wife?
They took such a tender farewell of each other that I was quite moved.
Tender farewell? In his dressing gown, having supper? Impossible. Impossible!
Why?
Where is this von Eisenstein now?
Up there in number 12.
Crazier and crazier.
What's the matter now?
There's another lady outside. I've taken her into the boarder's lodge.
What does she look like?
Oh, she's a big girl for her size.
Excuse me a moment.
You might have to lock her up. I don't know where to put her. Oh, never a moment's peace.
Someone else arrested in my house, in my dressing gown, having supper with my wife? I am going mad!
Just wait here, Dr. Blint, and I will fetch Herr von Eisenstein.
How can he fetch you when you are already here?
Well, I'm here, and there as well.
Oh, I'll go and see you there then.
Oh. And what are you doing here, you bungling booby?
You summon me. The message clearly stated that Herr von Eisenstein wished to speak to me.
Oh, that's the other von Eisenstein. I've an idea. I want your wig.
It's not a wig. It's an undetectable hairpiece.
I want your wig and your glasses, your papers. Now come with me.
Dr. Blint! Here is Herr von Eisenstein.
But there's no one here.
No one here? I could have sworn I brought him in. Oh, he must be still in the porter's lodge.
All I get for being discreet is to be left alone to rot in jail. But no, here she comes to comfort me. Oh, my darling Rosalinde.
Enough, Alfred. We've no time for that now. You must leave this place at once.
Oh, gladly.
My husband will be here any moment, and he must not find you, especially in his dressing gown.
But I have sent for a lawyer. Perhaps we can consult him. But here he comes. To judge his expression, I must use aggression. He'll make no concession to force a confession.
Shall I use discretion?
Shall I use discretion?
Or make a confession?
To make a confession. We can't make demands. We're quite in his hands. We can't make demands. We're quite in his hands.
Priestess eyes me all revealing, not even one detail concealing, and meanwhile I shall take notation.
The case is rather curious and awkward to explain.
It really makes me furious at being caught again.
Come and furnish me with good pretense on how to base your whole defense.
I called upon this lady to have a bite to eat. A little conversation, but nothing indiscreet. Then found myself arrested and marched into the street.
You've got what you deserve. You have an awful nerve.
Just what is that supposed to mean? You're surely acting poorly.
Forgive the temper I display. My subject carries me away. I never would offend you. No. My task is to defend you.
You really are a fool by far, the most peculiar of all. I'm sure if you're at where you're lost, our case is really lost. I must be lost to our cost.
It really was quite blameless, with the merest little kiss. My husband would be shameless were he to object to this. If husbands are so jealous to take such things amiss.
And he would be correct. Your conduct was object.
To know what on earth are you about? Remember you're a lawyer.
Forgive the temper I display. My subject carries me away. I never would offend you. No, my task is to defend you.
You really are a fool by far, the most peculiar of all. I'm sure if you're our name is lost, our case is really lost. It must be lost to our cost.
I beg you to review the case, each instant to retrace, no smallest detail to erase. Did nothing else take place?
Just tell me what you mean by that.
Absurd! Let's talk about the case. Did nothing else take place?
Oh, don't think so ill of me. The point I really fail to see.
Describe the full impression. Did nothing else take place?
I need a full confession. I need a full confession.
How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? My husband's one you are. From all you say it's plain to me. But I've no doubt you share my view. How monstrous he has proved to me. And there is nothing I won't do to pay him back in kind and fight him. He spent the whole last night I find with ladies of a dubious kind. At last I have seen through him, through and through. When he comes home, and a nasty brute, he will receive a mess of scratch his glowing eyes at my word, and when I shall divorce him, I will scratch out all his eyes again because
She scratches eyes out one by one, and then she will divorce him. She scratches eyes out one by one, and then she will divorce him. And now that all is known to you, tell us quickly what to do. Can you give us some advice? Cure the sinner of his vice, make the husband pay the price. I've had enough, he's off his head, your time is up.
he's gone insane. He's
Absolutely plain. Transparent.
as the last vengeance is mine. You stand before your jury. My name is Eisenstein. My Lord is Eisenstein. Oh, Lord is Eisenstein. Yes, yes. I'm the one who was mistreated, or the one who lied and cheated, but at last we are gone and gay. You're the one who lied and cheated, I'm the one who was mistreated. Now you try to put the blame on me. Eisenstein, Eisenstein, not resign for Eisenstein, what's on the land?
It's no use trying to shut me down.
You've got the whole case upside down. How dare you try to shut me down while you have all my dressing down? This is your bathrobe, I admit.
It's just too bad it didn't fit.
The evidence is clear. Look how pale you was up here. You're the one who lied and cheated. I'm the one who was mistreated. So yes, I will put the blame on me. Eisenstein, Eisenstein, will not resign. Eisenstein, Eisenstein,
Reproach me. You speak to me of infidelity. Would you care to count the heartbeats, Mariki?
My God, my watch! And since you really are Herr von Eisenstein, I have great pleasure in returning to you your dressing gown, your wife, and cell number 12. Why should I go to jail? Who can prove that I am Eisenstein?
I can prove it.
A wife cannot testify against her husband.
I think I can prove it. Frosch, bring down the ladies from number 12.
Oh, I was just gonna give them their bar.
Disgusting! Scandalous! How could you lock us up like criminals?
I do beg your pardon, ladies. A mistake, I assure you. But I have one question. Do you know this gentleman?
Of course, it's Herr von Eisenstein. That's his wife, my mistress.
Take off my gown.
Oh. Do you need any help?
Well, Falke, what is all this about? Why have you brought us here?
Because I wanted you to see the end of our little play.
You mean you want to end your comedy in jail? That's very funny.
Your Highness, you're laughing.
Come back home with me to my villa, my friends, and we will carry on with the party.
Kindly tell me that it's the vengeance of the past. For heaven's sake, man, tell. Just a joke, as you can see. It was all devised by me.
And we all took part as well.
And the prince.
I do confess.
and my maid.
Your servant, yes.
You and she, a pure invention, and my house-gown.
Strange convention.
What a joyful tale you've told me, what a relief it is to know. Darling wife, come here and hold me. Things have not been always so proud from best of way. Maybe hallucination.
I shall take good care of you. I can think of no one better to be trained for operetta.
I know just what I would do with a gifted girl like you. Once more may I remind you, Shaka Asoku.
Yes, we shall all remember Shaka Asoku.
Oh, Rosalinde, forgive me. We must put the blame on the champagne.
Of course I forgive you, Gabi, darling.
Away we go.